I'm here today at Chateau Gassier with a winemaker who is making a name for rosé in the US as well as Europe. We're in Provence, France, and I am with Guillaume Cordonis. And we're talking today a little bit about the rosés that he's putting out because they're quite extraordinary. The level of complexity, I mean, we've got a couple of kinds of rosé that we experience in the US. His wine is actually organic, certified organic in Europe, which is fantastic. It's definitely a step above some of the other wines that we've experienced in the US. The rosé that he's producing gives a new level of complexity to the average rosé, and it certainly has a lot of attributes, but I really want to turn it over to Guillaume to talk a little bit more about his rosé. So welcome, Guillaume.
Thank you. Welcome to you. You are my guest.
Thank you. So you have an incredible terroir, which is the earth that you have access to. Your vines are planted around Chateau Gassier, making it an extraordinary destination. Can you tell me a little bit about how the terroir adds to the grapes, which add to the wines that you produce?
Yes. The first is effectively we have all 40 hectares in one block around the estate, around the winery. But before being organic, we are in Côte de Provence. We are in Provence. We are in a sunny area and the only area in France and I would say in the world which is the king of rosé. This is the place to have rosé. We wake up rosé, we live rosé, we think rosé, and in Chateau Gassier we are in Côte de Provence, but even more, because we are in one of the 4th cru of Provence. We are in Côte de Provence-Sainte-Victoire. We have the mountain Sainte-Victoire in our back. It's just the mountain Sainte-Victoire is just a tiny mountain painted more than 100 times, for example, by a tiny painter called Cézanne. Old Cézanne. If you find a drawing of him in your cellar, just send it to me. I know how to take care of it. Don't worry. I know what to do.
I love it. But can you tell us just for a moment, because not everybody understands the significance of cru.
Cru.
Yes.
For example, I would take a comparison. Maybe people know the Saint-Émilion Grand Cru and Saint-Émilion Grand Cru Classé. You have Côte de Provence and Côte de Provence-Sainte-Victoire. Mm-hmm. We call it cru. Sometimes I prefer call it upper appellation.
Okay, upper appellation.
Yes, because we are just in the top of what we can do of the best terroir of rosé from Provence, from Côte de Provence. We have I say like Saint-Émilion Grand Cru, Grand Cru Classé, or Côte du Rhône Village, Chablis Grand Cru. We have specific rules, specific soil identification of the vineyard. Mm-hmm. With, as I said, the mountain in our back, another mountain in front of us, yes. A really different climate. For example, in just one tiny valley, we have a lot of difference between all our neighborhood in Provence and even from the coast sea, even in Marseille, we can have 10 degrees of difference about the temperature. And it's really different. The terroir, and when I talk terroir, I talk, of course, the soil, the climate, the vineyard, but also the people who are working here. As I said, we think rosé. The fact is we have the experience, we know how to do rosé, and everything together make the specificity of Sainte-Victoire. And we are producing and making not only rosé, but gastronomic rosé wine.
Let's talk about that for a moment, because it was a fascinating aspect to hear of the rosé, and I think that people have experienced maybe more of the monosyllable, the less complex rosés that don't stand up to food as well. And this rosé that you're creating, there's at least 2 of your rosés that are extraordinary when it comes to pairing with food.
Yes, the fact is, of course, you have always a lot of rosé, the easy rosé ones, mm-hmm. that you can drink just to have fun, to party, simple. Our terroir help us to bring more complexity, to have a really full body rosé with a specific minerality, a great scale tone, a lot of structure. So we are producing 2 rosé, and at this level we are not talking about rosé, we are more talking about gastronomic wines. And we make 2 different cuvées that you can easily match with really elegant and nicey and fancy food. Also, like the first one, Padumoine, with scallops, and the 946, for example, with lobster. They are a very good match.
Can you show us the Padumoine?
Padumoine.
Padumoine.
So, le Padumoine.
Perfect.
So, le Padumoine, just to explain maybe the name, we are in Sainte-Victoire. We have a cross at the top of the mountain Sainte-Victoire, and to arrive to this cross, we take a pass, and this is Padumoine, pass of the monk. And when we arrive at the end of this pass, we have a big cross of 2 meter size, 12 meter size, sorry. And this cross is at 946 meter of elevation. So the 2 names of our cuvée.
I love that. So the path of the monk, and the monks actually traveled up this path at one time, right, to the cross.
Yes.
And then 946 meters, hence the name 946. So I absolutely love that.
Everything and everyone to do is to have a really strong link with our area, with our terroir. Therefore, we work for the name also to be linked with our mountain.
Excellent. Tell us a little bit about your path in winemaking, because he's been at it for 15 years, and he's worked on a lot of different locations, and finally landing here really to take your craft to the next level and give the world a chance to taste what you're producing.
Yes, before coming in Chateau Gassier, I did several vintage, most of them overseas, in South of America, in Chile, at Casa l'Apostol, in California at Rosé Estate, in New Zealand, in New York upstate, and then I came back in Languedoc-Roussillon just before arriving at Gassier. And I did wine in red wine, white wines, but when I arrived in Gassier, I just discovered rosé wine, and more than rosé, rosé wines from Côte de Provence-Sainte-Victoire and Côte de Provence.
Fantastic, thank you. So this is a destination in Provence. It's a warmer area than you'll find in maybe a Bordeaux or Beaujolais, but the extraordinary aspects of Chateau Gassier is they really want you to embrace not only the wine, but also paired with food. And so they offer some opportunities to have picnic baskets, to watch the cinema, to really experience the wines here, learn more about the terroir, and certainly meet somebody wonderful like Guillaume. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you to you.
That's a wrap. Thanks so much. The frame is too big, see? So if you can slide in a little, I promise not to bite. I don't bite until after 8.
I do.
So you do? We could be in trouble here. Okay. Champagne Gassier, we're gonna have to say your name one more time. Guillaume.
Guillaume.
Guillaume. I wanna make sure it's right. Guillaume.
Guillaume.
Last name?
Cordonis.
Cordonis.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay, let's see if I can do that in real life. And we are in Provence.
We are in Provence.
We're in Provence, okay.
Not in Puy-Louviers. You don't have to say that.
It's too hard to say. Okay. With Guillaume, I'm gonna wreck your last name.
Guillaume Cordonis.